subscribe for more videos.
Welcome back, everybody, to some more EU4 is the Congo, and we are in 1592. And so, yeah, we've been looking at potential conquests against Songhai and Timbuktu to move more control in here, but also to contest the Mamluks. And the problem was we had the idea to bring the English in. The English are fighting in another war, which is not particularly helpful right now. If we bring the Mamluks in, the Ethiopians would join us. That's if we co-belligerent them, because that makes, strangely, that triggers the difference between the distance war, which is a little weird. But we don't want to bring in those guys either, so what we're going to do is hold off on this for a little bit longer. There may be opportunity, there probably will be opportunity against Songhai. I'm going to delete most of this shenanigans going on here. We do have this naval mission. We don't really need it yet, and we're not ready for the technologies, which is our ongoing goal. We have caught up. We're no longer ahead of time, or we have an ahead of time, not bonus, but yeah, we have an ahead of time bonus. Sort of? No, it doesn't give us a bonus, does it? Does it give us a ahead of time bonus? Being ahead of time is the following bonuses. Apparently none. For military, yes, right. Being ahead of time gives us a bonus for trade, for the diplomatic and administrative, but not military. But we are 4 years ahead of time on this one. I think there is somebody else we saw with RD16, at least in diplomacy. So we'll probably, to get that mission successful, we'll probably have to get to the... we'll probably have to get both of these up to 16 by that time, so that's a little tight. We could focus more. We are a little bit low on the Diplo. We could also bump up some trade here. We have another option, another thing that I would like to consider doing. We've been looking at this French colony here as something that would be good to gobble up at some point, and I think that might be a now point. I don't see any other French territory in the areas that we're interested in. They don't seem to have made it out this way. They had colonies in North America. Let's see how they're doing there. I think they've lost a bunch. Yeah, the Creek have really expanded. Interesting. Floride is actually having its butt kicked again. So the French are being pushed out of this area. The Huron northeast. The Huron are also larger than these guys. The English are winning their war against the Huron, Miami, Haida, and Yakuts. So I think the idea is that we wait until the the English finish their war. In the meantime, let's pop off and take this French colony. I have a reasonable declaration of war option. Doing so would give us an easy victory over this colony. And Castile is the defender of the faith, but they hate France, so they won't come in to fight. They're rivaling France, so they're not going to defend them. So, yeah, we'll go after taking the Gold Coast here. Let's declare war. We're just going to walk this 24k over here. We don't have enough fleet here to do much. I don't know that we would be able to walk to France territory by any stretch. So, and the French don't have any land over here. So whom we are at war with is Floride, who's not that interested in staying in the war, and France. I mean, I don't see how they're going to... Enemy invasion imminent? Oh, they have ships down here. Oh, that's convenient. Let's take the fleet out after them. I don't know that they're going to end up back here. They are heading to the Gulf of Congo, which is right here. They might be targetable. They might not. We'll see. If we can pop some French ships, I would be happy with that. You guys are arriving the coast of Cameroon next. It looks like they are going to engage. Nope, they've stopped their movement. Okay. Oh, that transport, whatever. No, the caravels are back. I'm okay with just wasting some more time on one of these. Let's see, Pacific, South America. Coast, sure. Another what it's called, explorer trip there. No, you're gonna try to run for it, huh? you're going to go to the East Guinea Basin. Really? Now you're not going to the East Guinea Basin. Now you're going to the Bengal Current. Oh, we might get in there in time to snap them up. Let's see. This guy, are you still... We don't have the truce there anymore. Or we have the truce there still. What is our truce set here? Diplomacy, please. But, oh my god, there's too many truces. That's France. How about Australia? How about us? Not Australia. How about our... Well, that's Mamluks. That's not us. There we go. How about our truces? We can't see that. There they are. No, that's not them. There they are. Benin, Mogadishu, Dagbon, Longa. Are any of these nearly done? No. Not anytime soon. That's amusing that there... Is there ships? Does that mean there's units on this ship? No leader, but it says 5 units there, but up here it shows 6. Oh, near 6 provinces. My bad. Are we gonna hit him? We are. And just wipe him off the ocean. Foreign inventor. Hold on. We took one of his cogs. Alright. A brilliant French inventor from France has come to seek our patronage after the falling out with the kingdom. Guy de la I don't know, has been described as by some as one of the great minds of this age, producing many mechanical and chemical inventions beyond the understanding of most others. For me. French opinion drops, gain some innovativeness. French opinion goes up, gain some prestige. I'll take the innovativeness, thank you. Alright, we don't need to chase that guy out this way. We'll go over here. Maybe consider parking there. You can join the protect trade at the Ivory Coast. The fleet should be back to... I think we sent them over to that, yeah? Yeah, protect trade in Ivory Coast. Yep, we did. Now, there may be French colonial fleets coming back over this way. I don't know. I don't know that that matters that much. I mean, there's not really... Oh, Newfoundland, I saw the blue flag. That's not French. So the goal here is the conquest of that single colony, right? They are... They have some economic impact on it, but we can go probably blockade some ports of France. That might be an option. What is the enemy fleet looking like? 2 heavies, 6 lights, 4 cogs. So they can't even muster a troop down here. They're entirely, this is a non-entity. However, it might be frustrating to get enough control to actually take it. We don't really need to try looting it. They'll pull out of that territory. Suing for peace to take just this shows a negative. Need at least 10 war score. That was my concern. I don't know how we're going to gain 10 war score against these guys, but we'll see. We'll see is what we's can do's. The enemy includes Floride, which is way up here. Do you guys actually have any territory that we could hold? No, but maybe we sail up that way and we can get it after somebody else finishes their war. Maybe that's the go. That's probably a good idea. Let's say we split this. We take the non... whatever troop. You can attach... Now, what do the French have for troops? They have 13,000 infantry. They're going to only have 4,000 on sea. They only have four ships, so they're not going to be able to do much about us showing up there. Now, what we could do is we could actually go and siege out a fort of theirs. That would give us... There's their capital up here. Will they have forces on the French colonial side? Because if they do, that's fine. Let's go ahead over here. I'm okay with that. Oh, Shanghai, yes. I need to keep claiming turf from you. Let's keep doing that. There. think you don't have quite enough to claim up there. That's fine. Keep that up. Timbuktu is not into this piece. Oh, all right. We got a option here to keep the fellow we've got right now. We lose some Republican tradition. Not going to terrible mode for the Republican tradition. All of them lose influence. Interesting. If I get a new person, they don't gain influence, but they get a timer on losing influence if we do this. That's interesting. We will get 50 power in one of the 3 categories, and our guy gets better, increasing everything, or we could shift to an admin leader. I think for now we shift to the admin leader. Missionary strength, bleh. It's all right. 412. Okay. Not terrible. Guys, stop stacking on top of each other, please. That's annoying. Oh, he's an expansionist. Global settler increase of 20. I'm okay with that. That works for me. Again, this Timbuktu war is an issue. England is still busy fighting in their other war. Got to keep an eye on that. Wait and see where the... Oh my goodness, England's definitely fighting in that other war. Foreign faith is triumphant. The Reformation has spread through Christendom, well, like wildfire. All across the Christian world, the faith has denounced the Pope's heretical traditions and embraced the teachings of Scripture. As the foremost advocate of the Reformation and defender of the faith, the Church of Congo is seen by many as the highest religious authority. Congo gets victory for the Reformation until, holy crap, that's 50 years. Monthly fervor and missionary maintenance costs down. Wow! How did that trigger? What is the faith situation? That's wonderful. What's the faith situation across Europe? That's the diplomatic one. Well, I wouldn't call that a victory entirely, but seriously nice. But we're Reformed, not Protestant. Well, it's working, though. We got some reform spreading in southern France. This is the center of Reformation for the Reform. There's another Protestant one there, Protestant one there. Where's the other Reform center? Is there only 2 of each? Oh, wow. Okay, we've got a Reform center, Protestant center, Protestant center. Where's the Reform center? Is there no other Reform center? Really? That's bizarre. Well, England didn't go into the Reformation, which means they are not going to be a... Oh, this is weird. Huh. That is very strange. Who owns this? Lithuania. Lithuania owns a lot of territory in here, and it is definitely... I mean, they're Protestants. Yeah, that is quite a weird switch. I'm surprised with only one center of the Reformed faith and 2 centers of Protestant faith that they survived that. Seems odd. Seems very odd. I, of course, will not be joining any particular... These guys keep moving around. Is that what's happening? Yeah, it is. They just keep bopping around and changing their position, which is totally okay. Alright, the colonies. Ivory Coast is finishing up here. Move you guys off so you stop messing around. You're arriving on the French shores, the French colonial shores. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Do you guys lose access? I don't know. Quarantine the port and let them die. Or Coco Islands gets influenza. We will say don't care. Ouch, harsh, man, harsh. We can go into here. Okay. We have access with Huron lands. Only through that war, however, I think. So we should probably ask for military access for a time being. This is the French war against these guys. Colony in the Ivory Coast. What's the Ivory Coast have for its trade good? It is dye. Okay. Go ahead and send somebody over here next. Fervor. Interesting. We are out. It's currently enabled. But we got a bonus of more fervor. Okay, well, oh, there's somebody in the Ivory Coast, right? We can start a missionary. That's what that was about. Province is lacking a core. Wait, is that going to be? Yeah, that is going to be a core province, right? It's fine. High naval attrition. A lot of high naval attrition. Can you guys give us fleet basing rates, please? Get that ship harbored. In the meantime, we'll wait until we get the option to... You know what? Why don't you guys go pillaging here? You might as well loot it. 93% devastation, but there's $7 to be had, so you know, 100% devastation, 100%. Mm-hmm. This colony is gone. It's terrible. You guys would like... I'd like to get military access, please. We'll spend a couple months pillaging that. Waiting for the fleet to repair. They seem to be repaired now. A couple, oh, one of them took down to 70%. Jeepers. English look like they're doing good against the Huron. Gain tariff value. Sure. We're getting $1.36 here, so 3 months we'll have that looting done. Are you guys finishing up your war yet? Oh, Denmark, Anhalt, and Brunswick. Britain. What is your war with Denmark about? Attacker against... Oh, Danish colonial war. Interesting. Danish-Portuguese colonial war. So you guys must be allied to Portugal? Yeah. So the Danish colonies of... Oh, boy. Population boost. Nice. The 9 regiments... Where? Ship done. Okay, 9 regiments up here. That's annoying. Give a leader. Who are you assigned to? We need one that's assigned to the 6th Army is fine. The good guy? Sure, sounds good. What province are we at? Right here. The Mani will gain loyalty and we'll get 9 peasants, or the Mani lose loyalty and we lose some prestige. Now I'll go quell that rebellion for sure. I'll give it a few moments to get there though. You guys go ahead and explore a little more. A Northeast Pacific Sea sounds good. You guys are gonna take your sweet time getting down there. That'll mean a bit of an issue, won't it? Alright, well, I gotta hit it. Fortunately, they will get the siege there. We could shut down the fort here. And we could shut down the fort here. Both of those are wasting money. Speaking of which, we're actually negative on the cash flow. Annoying and expensive. Chocolate import. Importing cocoa. Gain mercantilism or national unrest down and Manpower recovery. We'll take the mercantilism, please. New technology and admin available, giving us a new idea group. Well, well, well. That will take some thinking through. Plantations. That's for colonies. Yeah, I can't see why we would need to fuss with anything but taking that. So the new idea group. What are we gonna do? We got one of each so far. What might be interesting to look at is what these combinations we could make with some of the ideas. We're ahead. We're most ahead on military. So let's look at those first. Yeah, I don't really need anything related to mercenaries. Reform progress, not bad. Offensive, defensive, quality, or we already did quantity. Naval ideas. Galley combat. Morale hit when losing a ship. We could do mercenary ideas, not really relevant. Quality would increase our firepower, would also add discipline, army tradition and stuff. Combat abilities, and then it gives us our ship combat abilities. The ship combat ability parts aren't that great, but all the rest are pretty solid. We could do defensive or offensive ideas as well. Fire and shock leadership's decent. Prestige from land battles, pretty awesome. Siege ability, making it faster. Land force limit modifier. Land force limit modifier. Yeah, we could get a lot more troops that way. And the discipline bonus. I don't know, 10% more combat ability for the troops that we have for all types. Plus some naval durability, morale, and attrition reduction. Plus the discipline and the yearly army and navy tradition. Or we go in the offensive style. We go plutocratic, which would give us a merchant. That would increase trade decently. What are the deals with this? If we have, here we go. We have, if we go offensive, what sort of, what are they called? Edicts or whatever could we get? So we have exploration, we have expansion, and we're working on, oh, you know what? Hold on. Since we were looking at this, we have quantity ideas already, and we've got a lot to build on that. So maybe that's the wrong way to go. Trade ideas, however, would give us a lot more trade. Ooh, we might want to go this way. Espionage allows transfer subject peace treaty, aggressive expansion reduction, land network creation and siege ability. That's good. A diplomat, all right. Advisor costs in hold as a whole down is quite nice. That's capturing enemy ships. Good. Blackmailing, vassalization, acceptance. No. Rebel support effectiveness. No, I'm not sure about espionage. I don't think that's the way I want to go. Influence would give us some options, because we do have a bunch of vassals. Liberty desire from vassals. Integrated elite. Diplomatic annexation cost down. It's good for later. Diplo relations. A buffer state gives us +1 diplo relations. Diplo rep. Envoy travel. Liberty desire of subjects. From subjects development down. Archer Lord vassal limit. Force limit contribution up by 100%. Justified demands. You know, influence sounds really good here, but trade also does sound good. Increasing trade power sounds like overall super powerful. This would increase cash flow, though. Liberty desire. We do have some issues, potential future issues, if we keep adding in states. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, presuming colonies count. We only need to add one more to achieve the target of having the 7 for the mission, which we need over, where is it? Somewhere. Absolute there. 7 with stability and Republican tradition high, stability high. 7 vassals, no subject. Country liberty desire is at least 20%. 20%? We can't have over 20% liberty desire? Harsh. We can fix that one. We can fix that one. Drop the tariffs. Wow, that's pretty rough. Okay, I think the large number of vassals is going to disappear later, so maybe we don't go focused on the vassals. What is the court one? Diplo-rep, power projection from insults, sure. We haven't messed with power projection much, but we have a rival. We should project. We should insult somebody. Form progression. Maximum absolutism impact from privileges minus 20%. Max privileges for a state up by 1. Monthly splendor. State interaction cooldown modifier. So this is an interesting direction to go. Yearly Republican tradition up. Imperial authority growth and mandate power. You know what? I really think trade has to be the go-to, though. 2 merchants and a merchant trade power boost. Caravan power up, trade steering up, trade efficiency, cost of promote mercantilism, trade range up, merchants, global trade power. Feel like trade is the way to go, but we're not. I'm gonna actually not do any of them after all that, because what do we do? What happens if we focus in on that is that we've committed and then I'll probably stick to it without really much thought, when I really should be spend some time to revisit it later, because we're not going to spend the points on any of those until we have the ability to use it well. Basically, until we've got we can't fabricate on that until we've got the what was I saying? We can't do it until we actually have access to. Hold on. Yeah, I'm super focused, right? We're not gonna do it until we've already gotten the tech build up. That's what I'm trying to say. Won the fight, good, and we'll clean that up and then we'll head back there. Intrigue. Lose 5 Republican tradition, or lose some military, and get a reformed quartermaster with reinforced speed skill 2. He's not a better one. So 50 trade power or 5 Republican tradition. Or 50 military power or 5 Republican tradition. It's 5 more years of Republican tradition. We have to have it at 100 in order to get this successful. I'm going to say we take the Miltech hit loss. That is, we're only making 3 a month. Oh, right, because we switched our dude. Cheapers. Oh! This guy, that we lost the guy that we had. Oh, that's annoying. Manpower modifier. Sure. Colony finished. Nice. Continue the coastal colonialismist. You head back up to Melindi. Provinces to convert. Go ahead with that. Bonnie can join the fold here. And sell titles. We might want to claim land. It just hit the point where if we claim land, we don't. No, we can't claim land. We're in war. High fervor. Really? That's awesome. Do that. War development cost. That's nice. All states' loyalty equilibrium goes up with that one. Interesting. Okay. Let's get a couple of our merchants doing friendship things with our friends here. Send a couple of those guys off to boost friendships. You know, I wouldn't mind also having the Ottomans a little friendlier. They're not particularly caring either way, and it's unlikely that we would be able to get them, assuming the war thing ends. We're distant. It's, you know, 128 negative points. However, having it high enough that when, you know, later that might produce something useful down the road. It might. Unlikely, but it might. Yes, we could sell titles. I don't care to, though. Lost claim on a province. That's fine by me. Truce with these guys expires. Okay, hold on. Can I attack you without issues? Yes. Where is that? This is your province here. Yeah, we can do that war goal for them. No diplomats to send, because I just sent them all out. We'll return this guy, because he's now done. There's no more provinces neighboring that we can use. We'll go ahead and go to war here. You can attach, and we'll sail you around to here. Clean that mess up. Fragment. Conversion successful. Oh, that was 58 Mamlukan ships. Just sailed by there. 10 heavies, 16 galleys, and 32 transports. They're really heavily dependent on being able to move their ships around, and that's a lot of fleet. How much fleet do the Mamluks actually have total? Because that seems like it would be a lot of it. They have 106, and 58 of them are over here. They have more than I expected. But yeah, that's an interesting thing to note. We're going to need quite the fight to end of turmoil in Naples. We have quite the fight in order to clean up that mess. These guys are just bouncing around the countryside. Go ahead and take that. We'll park out here as well. Cogs, because they only have one cog. Transport, those are brigs, not cogs. But I understand it's about the same thing. You just got black flagged. How? Don't we have access to you? We have military access here. How did you get black flagged? Did you end your war and that wrecked the relations? Arg. Okay, get back onto the sea. I think that unblack flags them. Doesn't it? I think so. Yeah, they don't show as being black flagged right now. Now, I'm not sure if they need to even do that. Hold on. Take the ships. Sail this way. Do the French have... Oh, we've got enough. We might even be able to take that. Oh, no. End of game. End of turn timer. I can't kick out Florida by themselves. But France might be willing to just peace out. Let's go ahead and clear the offer and just take this province. No, they're not. They're close. They're very close. But what type of cash could we gain? That would require 93 war score, it says. Uh-huh. I mean, I could do with getting some cash from them, I suppose, but release a nation? That would be funny. No, I don't want to mess around with adding more French territory to anybody. We could go over this way and see what that would do. If we have the transports here and we run them over this way, we could grab the other fleet or the other group next time if we consider going after French holdings. Do we actually have the... Hold on. Are we able to walk into French territory? No. We can walk as far as Shanghai. That's as far as we have transport or travel access. We can't get through the Mamluks. We probably can't get through Tunisia because they hate us. They don't hate us. They like us. Interesting. We could improve relations with Morocco and with Tunis. Steel hates us, but, you know, who cares? Let's actually look at who we are. We are rival these guys, right? So why don't we send off a scathing insult end off today's scornful insult. There we go. Russians would be happy with this. Ah, they're Russia now. They might have been for a while. And the Ethiopians. Your blood will make the soil I take from you all the richer. Now we gotta re-roll that. Randomize new insult. My last visit to the commode was vastly more enjoyable than dinner with the Mamlukan ambassador. Okay, I like it. I like it. That works. All right. I'm not sure why we have a Mamlukan ambassador here, but you know. So we'll bring the ship back, grab this. We'll take these 12k dudes, and we'll sail them over here and see if they are actually of any valiant function against the French. French probably will have a bunch of dudes they can fight us with. Do the French... Florida has no troops, so we would actually be notably outnumbered if we went in there. Alright, not sure I want to do that. The English we should definitely get military access with. So we'll do that once the 17 days is up. There we go. Let's go with ask for military access with our friends. That works. High fervor. We have 2 going and high fervor. That's awesome. Development cost, equilibrium's up. Morale and morale damage. Let's go with war mode. That's set -7, so that'll clean it out quick. We can run 1 full time now. That's fabulous. Let's get you guys over here to the French coast. Let's go to the English Channel, actually. We'll pop the troops in here, and we'll walk them down when the others arrive. All right, I want to talk to the Huron and cancel this access because that's annoying now. Let's bring the Ethiopian diplomat back. Cancel this. Fine. And we'll cancel military access with them as well the moment it's available. It'll be in about 10 days. New Holy Roman Emperor Ferdinand IV of Austria. Welcome, congratulations, Ferdinand. Alright, so we get rid of that extra point. We're down to only 7 relations, so -1 on the Diplo charts. And the ships will be here in a while. We'll see if we can mess around with some stuff in France. Maybe pillage a bit wouldn't be hurtful. Although, is that worth the cash right now? I don't know. I don't see it as being... Oh, there we go. The things have wrapped up over here. So we now have only 1 outlet for a war here. And England is still not interested in joining. Yeah. Once their war is over, we'll have to snipe them into this one to take out these guys. So maybe we'll still fiddle around up here with France, or maybe we won't. We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. Ooh, 1001. Our accumulated score. We're 9th place. That's not terrible. Don't mind that at all. We are accumulating... Oh, administrative rank is 7th, diplomat rank is 5th, and military rank is 9th. There we go. Scores determined by how well the nation is doing. The score gains increase as the game progresses to later dates. Currently, score for Congo is gained at 10.2%. Final score is multiplied by 100% as being a hegemon increases it, while being allied to one decreases it. Okay. There's a detailed view in the ledger where you can see how the rank is calculated for each country. Very cool. We'll have to look at that at some other time. It is July 10th, 1595, and we're done for the day. Thanks, everyone. Have yourselves a great rest of the day. See you in game.